हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू हाउसेस ऑफ सस्टेनेबिलिटी। और आज के वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं ईएसजी करियर पाथ्स अक्रॉस डिसिप्लिन। सो आई हैव रिसीव्ड सेवरल मैसेजेस इन कमेंट बॉक्स सेइंग कि मेरा ये एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड है या मैंने इस डिसिप्लिन से पढ़ाई की है, मेरे पास सिर्फ बैचलर्स है या सिर्फ मास्टर्स है, तो मैं ईएसजी डोमेन में अपना जगह कैसे बनाऊँ या ईएसजी डोमेन में कोई जॉब को कैसे लैंड करूँ। And the perception is that since I don't have any relevant education or relevant degree, that is why my CV is not getting selected. But that is not the case. Even as per the LinkedIn report which has come just few days ago, uske hisab se people are looking for green skill people. The only problem is that we are not able to find people who have green skills or enough or good green skills basically. So I hope this video will make you realize that it doesn't matter what education or degree you have. If you have chosen the correct role, B, if you have the correct skill set for the role which you are applying, then you are good to go. So yeah, let's get started and start with content. Firstly, I am going to speak about power of ESG. ESG में क्या स्किल सेट हैं जो आ रहे हैं या जो डिमांड में है, या कितनी डिमांड है ईएसजी में लोगों की, कैंडिडेट्स की, और कितनी सप्लाई हो रही है. Then I'm going to talk about all the ESG skills and roles across discipline, covering arts, commerce, science, architecture, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, IT engineering, electronics and electrical engineering. And lastly, to concluding my session, just to say that getting started is important. So if I talk about the power of ESG, कुछ दिनों पहले LinkedIn का Green Skill Report 2023 आया, and according to that report, 12.3% share of green talent is available in the workforce, which is a very less percentage. बहुत ही कम percentage of green people are available in the workforce, which is just a 12.3. Second thing is that 22.4% share of job postings requiring at least one green skill, which is a quite good percentage. Why? Because बाकी सारे सेक्टर में जहाँ पर हायरिंग बहुत स्लो हो गई थी, वहाँ पर ESG और सस्टेनेबिलिटी फील्ड वाज द ओनली फील्ड जिसमें बेसिकली ग्रीन स्किल का डिमांड इतना ग्रो हुआ है लास्ट ईयर. Then the median growth in LinkedIn job posting requiring at least one green skill has also grown to 15.2%. These are the three sectors basically which are very pivotal to meeting their sustainability target, which are basically either you can say hard to abate sector, यानी कि ये वो सेक्टर हैं जो सबसे ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं GHG एमिशन के लिए, या जिनके लिए ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि वो GHG या सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंगल पे क्लाइंट को या कंपनीज को जज करें. तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो वो तीन सेक्टर है, एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन, देन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एंड देन फाइनेंस. विच मीन्स कि अगर आप मैकेनिकल एनर्जी या आप इलेक्ट्रिकल बैकग्राउंड के हो तो एनर्जी एंड प्रोडक्शन में यू हैव अ चांस. Then transportation, if you have a knowledge of automobile, or if you are from civil background also, you can go for transportation. And finance, if you have a commerce or finance background, then you can of course choose this sector to make your career or to land up a job in ESG space. There are few key findings which are very interesting. First is, around the world 7 in 8 workers lack even a single green skill. इसका मतलब ये है कि 8 में से 7 लोगों के पास एक भी ग्रीन स्किल नहीं है. Second thing is that the share of green talent grew by 5.4% per year from 2018 to 2023, while the share of job requiring at least one green skill grew by 9.4%, which is a good percentage. So you can see job requirement बढ़ रही है, लोग अपने workforce में they are looking for green talent, and there are several posting also. Even posting has grown a lot, but still since there is a lack in skill, which means that 7 in 8 workers don't even have a single green skill, that is one of the reason maybe your CV is not getting shortlisted. That is what I wanted to say in the previous in a previous slide, that what do you lack is a skill set, not a degree or not a education. It is not about relevant degree, it is about relevant skill set. Let's say कि ये skill set क्या हैं. So students from any background can start their journey in ESG and sustainability domain, provided they have the relevant skills, of course. So if I talk about arts field, so basically आर्ट फील्ड में अगर आप आर्ट फील्ड के हो तो किस तरीके के रोल्स के लिए आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. ESG कम्युनिकेशन स्पेशलिस्ट, इवन CSR कोऑर्डिनेटर, सस्टेनेबिलिटी PR स्पेशलिस्ट, सस्टेनेबिलिटी मार्केटिंग पर्सन. These are the skill set which you can these are the roles for which you can apply, but then you have to have the skill set as well. It's not like कि आपके पास स्किल सेट नहीं है एंड यू कीप सेइंग कि मेरा CV शॉर्टलिस्ट नहीं होता है. अगर आपके पास स्किल सेट नहीं है तो यू हैव टू अपस्किल योरसेल्फ. फॉर टू बिकम अ ESG communication specialist, you should have the knowledge of different reporting framework. You should know how to write a content at least 100 to 200 pages. You should know what is the technicality of it. You should know how to communicate the report. You should understand all those things. Otherwise, if you want to become a CSR coordinator, you should know, you know, what kind of social and environment, first of all, what kind of social issues are there, and you should have the understanding of those social issues, how to engage in community engagement. Then you can become a sustainability PR specialist or even a marketing specialist. You can become a digital marketing specialist also in सस्टेनेबिलिटी, विच मीन्स कि आप कंपनी का मार्केटिंग साइड, उनके ESG प्रोडक्ट या उनके ESG सर्विसेज के लिए आप उनका मार्केटिंग साइड देखोगे, विच इज़ अगेन नॉट समथिंग जिसमें आपका प्राइमरी स्किल इज ऑलवेज to learn about how to do communication or how to understand PR, to understand marketing, and the secondary skill will be ESG, because you will be doing all these things for the ESG or sustainability domain. So again, I have written here the skills which are required are strong communication, which means the written communication as well as speaking communication, understanding of social issues if you want to become a CSR coordinator, proficiency in creating engaging content if you want to become a ESG communication specialist, and awareness of cultural impacts on sustainability. Because your first skill set can be all these things, but your second skill set should be the basic understanding of ESG and sustainability, so that you don't do any blunder in a open domain or in a public forum. There are few courses, of course, free of cost available, and you can go and certify in those courses if you are feeling that you lack all those skill set, or if you are feeling that कि अगर CV में certificate का नाम लिख दिया तो it will be helpful, you can of course go for it. And their additional recommendation will always be from my side: go and volunteer, go and do an internship with some for art people, go for communication department, go to NGO which are focusing on sustainability, and understand how to do a communication part, PR part, marketing part, or how to become a CSR coordinator. If I talk about commerce field, then the roles for which you can apply are ESG analyst. You can move towards entry level job is always ESG analyst, but you can slowly get promoted and become a ESG investor, or you finally understand how ESG investing works. You are one of those people who can work for BFSI sector, and you can work on sustainable finance, and you can also learn risk management, or you can apply for risk management specialist with ESG focus, or you can say climate based risk management specialist. The skills which you required are financial analysis. So if you have a commerce background, learn how to do a financial calculation, learn how to what is all the terms which are related to this financial terms basically. Then understanding of corporate governance is very important. What is the risk assessment, proficiency in sustainability reporting standard like GRI and SASB. Why? Because if you are starting your career as a ESG analyst, that you are basically doing a secondary research on a business, on a company, which means that you are reading their reports investor presentation, and several other documents which are available in the public domain. So that is why this skill is important. Then courses can be sustainable business strategy, ESG investing, or ESG analytics. And additional recommendation will always be to volunteer and do an internship in finance department with a sustainability focus. Going ahead, there is a science background people, and the role for which they can apply is environmental scientist, sustainability research analyst, ESG consultant, and reporting consultant. Now for all these roles you need a specific skill set. For example, as an environmental scientist, you should have a familiarity with environmental rules, regulation. If you are working for an Indian client, then CPCB norms for all kind of waste management. You should understand what, all the key performance indicator, that means KPIs related to environment. Then if you are working as a sustainability research analyst, that means your secondary research methodology should be very good. That means your reading skills and your your eye to detail should be very strong. If you are working as a ESG consultant, that is something you get promoted to. Like initially you cannot start as an ESG consultant. You can start as an associate, or you can shadow another person's work. But if you want to become a ESG consultant, then you should have a great knowledge of all kind of framework reports which are available. And if you want to become a reporting consultant, which means that you are going to draft the report, then you should understand all the framework along with how to do a content writing, which means your English should be good, your communication, written and verbal communication should be good. The courses for freshers are introductory course in environmental science, even sustainability, even you can do a geographic environment information system, whatever you want to do for the role in which you are applying. Whatever skill set are written in the job description, these are your skill set basically. Additional recommendation will always be to participate in research project, do an environmental surveys, volunteer in the organization which aligns with the role which in which you are interested in, or you can join as an intern to understand what kind of responsibilities there will be for the role. Another one is architecture. People who come from architecture background, their role can be the sustainable architect, urban planner, then lead consultant. Lead is leadership in energy and environmental design. And the skills they need, or the skills which are required for these kind of roles, are knowledge of sustainable building material and techniques, then energy efficient design, urban planning concerning environmental conservation. For lead consultant, you should have a whole knowledge of lead framework. Also, if you can become a certified in lead consultant, that is great actually. Then for courses for fresher can be, you can do a course in green architecture, sustainable urban development, or even lead certification preparation also there. Again, the additional recommendation will be to work on the project or internship that involve these sustainable design or urban planning. Now mechanical engineer people. First of all, for all the engineers I can say, since from whatever disciplines you come from, like if you are coming from mechanical engineering, civil engineering, IT engineering, try to become a ESG manager or try to grab a role of ESG in your own industry or sector. For example, if you are from mechanical engineering background, try to become a ESG manager in automobile sector, in production companies, in what can I say, HVAC companies, all these companies who are relevant to your industry, to mechanical industry or mechanical engineering industry, so that whenever you are becoming a ESG manager over there, it will be easy for you to understand all these things, or it will be easy for you to basically learn all those things very quickly, because you will have the familiarity with the terms and the abbreviations and all those things which are happening around you. सेम गोज फॉर सिविल इंजीनियर. अगर आप सिविल इंजीनियर हो तो ट्राई करो कि आपकी कंस्ट्रक्शन में, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में, इस तरीके के सेक्टर में आप ESG मैनेजर बनो. अगर आप आईटी कंपनी के आईटी बैकग्राउंड के हो तो ट्राई करो कि टेक महिंद्रा, एसेंचर, इन्फोसिस, SCL, IBM में आप ESG मैनेजर बनो. सेम गोज फॉर इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कंपनी. अगर आप वहाँ से हो तो आप उधर अपनी सेक्टर के कंपनीज में जाके ESG मैनेजर बनो. इवन इफ यू कम फ्रॉम कॉमर्स एंड फाइनेंस बैकग्राउंड, यू कैन गो एंड बिकम एन ESG मैनेजर इन BFSI सेक्टर, in the banks and financial institutions. So for the people who come from these kind of background, they can choose the industry, their own specific industry, to become an ESG engineer. However, having said that, let's see what kind of role they can grab, the mechanical engineers can grab if they want to get into ESG field. So they can become a sustainable design engineer, energy efficiency specialist, HVAC, which is heating, ventilation and air conditioning system designer, focusing on sustainability, which is a very important. Even in a LEED certification, HVAC plays a very important role. In energy efficiency specialist, HVAC plays very important role. And the skill set you need is proficiency in CAD and simulation software, understanding of thermodynamics and energy management, and knowledge of sustainable manufacturing process. Courses can be, sustainable engineering practices, energy management, or green manufacturing. You can even go for ISO. Additional recommendation, again, to do internship in industries focusing on reducing carbon footprint and improving energy efficiency. Same goes for civil engineering. If they want to apply for a role, they can go for green building engineer, they can become ESG compliance officer, water resource engineer, they can become an environmental engineer. क्योंकि सिविल इंजीनियरिंग में they read about environmental engineer, there are better chances for civil engineer to grab a job in ESG space, because you already have the understanding of environmental engineering. You just have to, if you are in final year, try to take a project in environment side, and if you have already passed out, try to do some kind of project related to environment or ESG field or sustainability field, so that your CV becomes very much relevant to the role for which you are applying. Then skills which are needed are knowledge of green building standard, which is LEED, proficiency in civil engineering software for sustainable design. Even you can learn GIS also, because for route optimization, for even for plantation, GIS is very much used, and civil engineer people can use their GIS skill set in ESG space in that way. And understanding of EIA, environmental impact assessment, which is something you learn while doing a course of environmental engineering. Courses for fresher can be certification in green building standards, sustainable urban planning, EIA, and additional recommendation will always be to work on construction project or with companies that emphasizes green building practices. Now, if I talk about IT sector, these people first of all can go and work in the become an ESG engineer in IT companies only, like SCL, Wipro, Infosys, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra. And the roles they can play are IT consultant for ESG solution, then data analyst for sustainability matrices, mainly the developer of ESG reporting software. The skills which they need are the programming skills, coding skills, Power BI for creating dashboards, then data security and ethics, understanding, proficiency in developing applications. Courses they can go for, of course, in data analytics for sustainability, IT solution for ESG challenges, or software development focusing on environmental and social governance. Additional recommendation, always participate or initiate projects that involve creating IT solution to enhance corporate sustainability efforts. Now, if I talk about electronics and electrical engineering, the roles which will be applicable to you will be renewable energy system engineer, ESG focused product design, embedded system design for energy efficient product. That is very important, because the electronics and electrical people are very much needed for a smart building solution, for for sensor based building solution, energy efficient product, and then green infrastructure, which is a green data center. If you want, you can use this keyword, search around, search around, चेक ग्रीन डेटा सेंटर क्या होता है, क्या स्किल सेट चाहिए, क्या चीज़ें मुझे आनी चाहिए अगर मैं ग्रीन डेटा सेंटर पे काम करना चाहता हूँ. चूज any of the skill set. And the skills which are required for such kind of role are proficiency in electronic design, automation tools, knowledge of renewable energy technologies, understanding of electronics recycling and waste management. And that is again a very important thing for IT person also, for electronics and electrical person also, since these there are e-waste or electronic waste which is involved in these kind of sector. So it is very important if you learn how to do e-waste management, to understand the CPCB rules around it, to understand how to do recycling, reusing and refurbishment. It will again add a lot much value in your CV if you know these terms. Courses can be in renewable energy systems, sustainable electronics design or electronics life cycle management. Additional recommendation, always to do an internship or project that involve designing or implementing energy efficient or renewable energy based system. Now, I have said it multiple times that getting started is important. Before that, I would like to say that you have seen several roles which I have told you, several skill set. You can cross link also. For example, if a mechanical engineer who has a IT background, which means कि आपके पास डिग्री मैकेनिकल की थी, बट आफ्टर योर डिग्री आप किसी IT कंपनी में प्लेस हो गए, तो अभी यू कैन बिकम अ ESG पर्सन इन योर IT फील्ड ओनली. आपको करना क्या है कि कोई 2 या 3 स्किल सेट पकड़ो एंड बिकम अ मास्टर ऑफ दोज स्किल सेट. यू डोंट हैव टू बिकम अ जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड, यू जस्ट हैव टू बिकम अ मास्टर ऑफ वन. दैट इज ऑल. पीपल have there is so many need in terms of green skills. People are looking for people, or businesses are looking for people or candidate who have these kind of skill set, and no one is looking for a person who has all the skill set in वो कोई भी ऐसा पैकेज नहीं ढूंढ रहा है कि एक ही पर्सन में उसको सारे स्किल सेट मिल जाए. एवरीवन अंडरस्टैंड कि कोई एक बंदा कोई एक ही चीज या 2 चीज या 3 चीज में ही मास्टर हो सकता है. राइट. सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपके नेचुरली कौन से स्किल सेट आते हैं, एंड वो स्किल सेट के साथ कौन सा रोल बेटर जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपका इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन इज गुड एंड यू आर अ कंटेंट राइटर, you can always become a reporting consultant, because as a reporting consultant, apart from learning all kind of framework which are little bit technical, your main job is to create content of 100 to 200 pages. That means all the sustainability report and integrated report. So अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका English communication, written and speaking अच्छा है, go for it. What is the problem? Go download your GRI framework, learn it, उसको समझो what is there, and that's it. Then in your CV, you don't even need certification. In your CV, you can directly write the basic understanding of GRI framework, and one of your skill set will be content writing. If needed, do a volunteer work or a free job for someone जहाँ पर आप अपना एक content उसको basically submit करो and get a feedback from that person, so that you have basically a confidence also that your content writing is good, right? Similarly, a mechanical IT person, a mechanical engineer now who is working in an IT field can build their skill set around green. For example, if you know coding, learn what is green code. If you are already a data architect, learn how to create sustainable data architect. If you already have a knowledge of dashboard creation through Power BI or Tableau, now learn what are the key performance indicators which are used in ESG and sustainability field, so that I can become a dashboard creator in sustainability field. It is very simple. You just have to understand what are your transferable skills, plus what kind of role are you really interested in, plus what are your natural skills is equals to these are the things which should be there in your CV. That's it. So as I said that getting started is important. I would say if you don't have a master degree, go and get a master degree. And if you are very much sure that you want to establish your career in ESG and sustainability field, then go ahead and do your masters in the same field. Go and get your master degree in sustainability, climate, or I would say environment or social. You can go ahead and basically get your degree, because nowadays तो even relevant degree ही आने लगी है. तो if you are just bachelor pass out, go and get your master degree in a sustainability field only. But if you already have a master degree, right, then you go and upskill yourself. लर्न द स्किल्स. जो आपके पास ऑलरेडी स्किल सेट है उनको ESG से मर्ज करके क्या क्या सीखना है वो स्किल का एक लिस्ट बनाओ और उसमें अपने आप को अपस्किल करो. एंड आई हैव सेड इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स, डू नॉट स्पेंड योर मनी ऑन सर्टिफिकेट्स. maybe that is the reason your CV is not getting shortlisted, because you are spending your money, you are investing your money on certifications. 2-4 हज़ार रुपए का आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए, but that is not adding any value in your learning, and then you are writing that certificate in your CV saying कि मुझे ये आता है and I am certified from this company which is not recognized, or the institution which is not recognized, and then the interviewer is asking question, you are not able to answer the question. It shows that you are either lying about the skill set or you are not confident about it. It doesn't give a good impression. Ulta, if you don't have certificate at all and you have written that basic understanding of this and that, and you are able to answer the question of this and that, then you might get selected. Other recommendation to all of you will be to network. Engage with the people in ESG field through LinkedIn, through event, through online platform. Understand what kind of, and do not उसका भी बहुत भीड़ मत create करो. Send the request to the people who are relevant to you. So, meaning if you are an IT engineer or you want to make your career in ESG, then go for the people who have the same kind of portfolio or the same kind of education or experience set, so that they will be relevant to you. Keep up to date with ESG trends and regulation, because this field is very evolving. Every day new regulations are coming in. You should have the basic knowledge of all these regulations, because it can be asked during the interview. Upskilling is very important. There are several platforms which are available like Future Learn, Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, जो already free courses provide कर रहे हैं. Don't have to spend a lot money, money, a lot much of money just to have a certificate. What matters is if you actually learn something. All right. Thank you very much. If you are satisfied, please tell others, ask them to subscribe our channel, and you also like this video. If not, do tell us in the comment box so that we can improve ourselves. And also ask the questions in the comment box if you have related to this video. If you're coming from any other discipline which I have not covered in this video, you can write it down in the comment box and I'll reply there. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.